Hey Eurovision fans, welcome back to the Rob Pop YouTube channel, your campus tits pop culture fix. We're ready to get our semi-2 on and I'm joined... Oh!
Too dirty?
I don't know, I think it's just me. Let's not get our semi-2 on. I'm joined by the gorgeous Keegan. We're like Jedward to the Eurovision community at this point. An unstoppable force.
Back again.
An unstoppable force of negativity. And we are here today with our predictions. If you've seen semi-final 1, you'll know how this works. We're coming here to figure out who the 10 qualifiers will be from semi-final 2. This has been an ordeal. This has been
in the
so
case
difficult.
in the case of some of us, we're gonna figure it out as we
On the
record.
spot.
Yeah.
I changed my opinion on the train, on the toilet before we recorded this video. I am so undecided, it's unreal, but all the same, I'm making my 10 predictions, I'm going to lock them in, and they're going to be on YouTube forever.
They're recorded, yeah.
There we go, we're bang to rights. But I will remind you again, this is not our personal top 10, just our predictions of who we think is going to make it to the final. We're going to go through this just as we did in the semi-final 1 video, discussing the ones that we're most certain of first, then going through the ones that we're not sure of, and at the end giving a brief summary as to why we think the ones who aren't going to make it aren't going to make it. So, how many certainties do you have in this semi-final?
Once again, I have 6.
I have 6 as well.
No, you don't.
I do
It's
have
gonna
6.
be 8 in a minute.
I promise. I have 6 certainties.
Well, let's start with the one I know we both have.
Yeah.
Austria.
Austria, of course, possible winner of the semi-final. Who the hell is Edgar? It's like the only moment of this semi-final.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only real massive fan favourite.
Yeah. We've already, spoken of our love for this song.
Absolutely. Is it still your favourite of the semi?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, me too, absolutely. So yeah, can't wait to see Taya and Selena in the final. Not a shadow of a doubt. My second lock is Cyprus.
100%.
Andrew Lambrou,
Great song.
Break a Broken Heart, which is now my second favourite of this semi-final as well.
I would say it's mine.
I didn't put it in my top 3 when we reacted, but it's aged so well in the 2 weeks since we reacted to it.
Aged like fine wine. No, I agree. I think it's still a solid 8.5. I agree with you. It gets better with every listen, and I've listened to a lot of Andrew, his other stuff like Instagram. He covered Mother, and I'm just thinking, do you know what? Yeah.
I have been thinking about it, and this is my underdog of the year.
Okay.
There's always one song that surprises. This will make it through
Without doubt.
to the final, and I think when it makes it through to the final, all of the jury favourites this year are female. And we're talking like Loreen, Blanca Paloma, Lazara, all of the ones that are predicted to do well with the jury are all female.
Yeah.
And I think what they often like is just a really well-performed radio entry.
Yes.
We're talking, do you remember Cesar Sampson for Austria?
Oh, absolutely.
That song won the jury in 2018 over Toy, over Fuego, just because it was a really well-performed male...
Or even something like Heroes, which won.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is the best male straight-up song this year. You've got Cha Cha Cha, which is obviously like batshit crazy.
But that's something else.
But in terms of like a song that you could hear on the radio, I
this.
think this is it, and I think this could be a real dark horse and finish top 10 in the final.
I would agree with you.
The bookies are not saying that right now, but I think this, Number 3.
Okay. Oh, I think you'll agree with this. Slovenia. Joker out.
Carpe Diem,
Yeah.
absolutely. Probably, on reflection, I would say the best band of the year.
Totally. What lap do you want it to be, I think?
Potentially, yeah, it just feels professional.
Yeah.
Fun. I don't think they have to do much crazy staging-wise.
No.
Sometimes you've just got to go out there with a really good song, and that's enough, and this is enough.
Yeah, and you don't get this a lot of Eurovision, I don't think. I mean, you get, more rock, but you don't see a lot of indie stuff.
True.
And when you do, it's not great. No offense. So it's a surprise because I'm like an indie fan. Top 5 is the semi without a doubt.
I think the more I've watched this entry as well, I think the band members have such a star quality as well. If that lead singer was from the UK, he would be a heartthrob in a second.
In all the magazines.
He's got a real someone all the teenagers would fancy. They've just got that image. So I could actually see this song taken off on TikTok afterwards.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I'm not saying I see this winning, but I think it could be, they could be one of those bands that really benefit from teenagers seeing them and being like, oh my god, my new obsession. So yeah, Slovenia, definitely through. Number 4, I'm going to say Australia are a lock.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but it's the last song. I think I may have slight doubts if it wasn't closing, but it's such an emphatic closer after it's quite a ballad and mid-tempo heavy semi.
Yeah.
But I think this stands out so much, and as I say, closing the semi-final with a bang.
You're gonna
I
remember
don't
it.
see how this misses.
Yeah, 100%. My next lock, Gustav, because of you.
Me too. Yes, I have locked this in as a certainty.
Yeah, me too.
Why?
Girl. It's doing what I don't think anyone else is doing in Eurovision, so that's one good thing for it.
Mm-hmm.
This year, anyway. It's, I think, going to be staged. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a party.
It's crazy, it's party.
And it is in a good semi-final as well.
For sure. I would be doubting this if it was in semi-1.
Me too, but it's a product of its circumstance for sure.
Absolutely, and I think we discussed in the first video whether running order matters.
Yeah.
And when we reacted to semi-final 1, we were desperate for an up-tempo. When this came on, song 5, we were clambering for a song
We were
like
like,
this.
we need energy.
And he does bring it. I think this could be another dark horse because Gustav is very likeable.
100%.
I could see like the mums enjoying this song.
Yeah, dancing up with the girlfriends. Yeah, this is for the Huns.
So yeah, I did not think I would have this as a lock, but when I looked at all of the surrounding factors, I was like, yeah, this is making it. I've decided I actually have 7 locks.
What did I say before we revealed this song? I said, in 2 minutes, you'll have 7 or 8.
Because Belgium weren't a lock for me until you said it, and I was like, yeah, definitely. So I've got 7. So the next one I'm going to say is Lithuania.
That's my last lock!
That's your last lock! Yeah, Lithuania often do quite well because they've got quite a lot of like diaspora in other countries anyway. So I think some of their less strong entries still come like 12th in the semi.
Yeah.
And I think this is strong enough and comes late enough in the running order that it holds its own anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I think it's free.
Yeah, I quite liked it when we watched it as well. It was fine. It's one that I remember, which you can't say for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and Monica's really cute. I've watched, seen a lot of the Eurovision content, which has been great this year.
Yeah.
And yeah, big fan of Monica, and I like the song. So good for you, girl.
I think it's one of the more simple ballads. There's not like a million different layers to it to understand. It's just a straight up good song.
Yeah, that's what you need.
I think it's free for sure.
Okay, what's the 7th?
My final lock is Georgia. Iru with Echo. You know I'm a fan of this song.
I do.
And you know that I think it's going to be really good live.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do something really creative with this.
It's not a lock for me. I did put it as a qualifier.
So you do think it's a qualifier?
I do,
I'm rooting for this song.
because I have my head on, not my heart.
Well, this is in like my top 5 of this semi.
Oh, I know you loved it.
Yeah, I love it.
Girl.
And I'm not taking it back.
Anyway, so...
So they are all the ones we're certain of. And
Well-
now...
Well, you're something.
Yes. So we're in rocky territory now. Because there's 5 entries that I can still see getting through and I can't decide which ones. So I'm going to hear your 8th first.
Okay. I don't know if we'll disagree with this. It's Mr. Riley, Breaking My Heart.
We have our first disagreement. So I'm interested to delve into it. We have our first disagreement.
So I was torn between this and someone else who, well, no doubt discussed, but
Okay.
I think you probably know. And I just think that it will be all right on the night for Riley because it's not looking good for him at the minute. But I think he'll turn it around. Also, I think big thing we have to consider is Riley has a lot of Asian fans who can vote.
It's just 12 points though.
But 12 points, it's been less points to make it into the top 10 before.
It has.
So I'm not counting that out. And also the song's not bad.
Again, would be in my top 10.
Yeah.
This is within the 5 songs that I was batting around with the idea, and on the trainer here, this song was in my qualifiers, but I am now actually confidently saying no. Ooh, because I think he's got I don't know that his vocal's going to deliver, and I think we're going to have stronger. There's more males in this semi-final.
True.
We've got Gustav, we've got
Andrew, got Victor.
got Victor, we've got male bands like Joker Out, Voyager. There's a lot more males in this semi who I think are going to make this feel a bit more amateur. Sometimes the first place, because he's going first, he's kicking it off.
True.
It can be a blessing if you've got a banger to kick it off.
Yeah.
Or it can be a curse in the fact that so many after you seem better.
True.
And I just think there's other people in this semi who are going to come across better, and he is going to end up feeling a bit empty.
Denmark haven't been doing so well in recent history. So they're thinking, okay, we'll try it.
and it may well make it. Again, I have this 12.
Okay.
I love that we disagreed! Yay! I'm so glad we don't have the same list. Do you want me to let you know what my 8th is?
Yeah.
Because I think you're going to disagree on this.
Okay.
But I'm getting more and more confident as the days go by.
So
I think Poland are going to make it.
not even on my list. Didn't make it.
Blanca's solo.
Blanca, Miss Blanca, take your Alexandra Stan Jet 2 commercial ass out of here.
I really like it, but I'm not thinking about that. Poland, again, like Lithuania, do benefit from diaspora.
Yeah.
The United Kingdom are voting in this semi-final, who will probably give good points to Poland. Quite a few people I can see giving points to Poland, that this creeps in 9th, 10th. I'm not by any means saying it's a big one, but I'm going to point you back. The reason why I said Riley wouldn't make it, lots of males doing the same thing. This semi-final doesn't have many females that are doing an up-tempo. I think this does stand out. Again, semi-final 1, she would be drowned out without a doubt. There's Alessandra, Noah Carell, Loreen. There's much better women. But in this semi-final, with the people who are voting in it, again, Lithuania, I could see giving this a 12. There's certain countries in it that I think are just enough, and I think there's going to be a fine line between like 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I think there's going to be a few points in it.
I think so too. I agree.
And I think this will have enough support to make it. Okay. And they'll shove it on right at the beginning of the run of the final. It will probably bomb in the final, but I just think it's going to make it.
I don't think it'll bomb in the final because it won't be there. I think I'm maybe putting a bit too much credit on people to go with a good song as opposed to just like where they're from.
Do you remember 2021, we all sat there and we roared Natalia Gordienko out because we were just like, this is so amateur. Even though we love Sugar, but the actual performance, we were like, after we'd seen her performed it, we were like, that's not making it. And it did, because Europe do like a bit of a cheap bop.
That's a good point. I do, because I've been watching Natalia recently in the run-up to Eurovision, and just like, that's insane behaviour for the grand final.
We were like, no way she's gonna make it, but she did.
She did,
and the final was all the better for it. If you ask me,
yeah.
This probably won't be as iconic, but don't forget, Blanca's coming with that dance breakdown.
Blanca's coming with that
slow-mo ass
solo.
That slow-mo solo B-Tech breakdown. Look, it could carry it over the edge.
It's fucking sending me over the edge is what it's doing.
I bet. Okay, we've both listed 8 qualifiers now. We've got differences. So what is your 9th qualifier?
Mine is Bridges, Estonia. Another one you're not.
This is the one that I just swapped on the toilet and made my 10th qualifier. So I have ended up agreeing with you.
Okay. I think it will be 10th or 9th. A big push.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? This has as many reasons not to make it as it does making it. But it is quite a classy song, well performed. I think she will perform it well live. Yeah. And that might just be enough.
It's gonna have to be, because I don't know, there's not too much about it, but I think it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. I'm not confident about this, like I say, I put it 10th. And I've swapped it out with something which is, according to the bookies, has a lot more chance of making it, but I like to make a big call at least once a year.
Oh, okay, so you said to me before we started filming, I'm gonna make a big call.
Yeah, and last year, Yamame was about 14th or 15th favourite to qualify out of this semi, and I just had this gut feeling. So Poland is my gut feeling this time round,
right? And
some favourite always has to miss out, and that's why I've made the decisions that I'm about to make. Okay. What is your 10th qualifier?
My 10th qualifier is brunette, Armenia.
That is what I swapped out with Estonia at the last minute.
So you don't think it's gonna make it?
I want to hear why you think it will.
Because I didn't like the rest.
I mean, that is fair.
I listened to them. I had listened today. I went through. Before I made my decision, I was like, okay, listen to it as it runs. I was working this morning, so I thought I'll put them on. And I picked that one out as sort of when I was coming to the end of my list. I thought, of the rest, that's the one that's in my brain. And it was as simple as that, to be honest. Okay, well, it is in my personal top 10. The thing I kept going back to, again, was that it's performing second. Yeah. And the fact that there's quite a lot
more songs after it which are slow and female-led.
Yeah. It's gonna get lost in songs.
Which is why it was between this and Alika for me, and I just thought this song could be too complicated for people. Like, for us on the first listen, we were like, I like it, but I need another listen.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Bridges is a bit more straightforward for an immediate vote. This is my big...
I think I know.
This is my big upset of the year, unfortunately. Because this is 4th in the odds to qualify for this semi. So I know I'm making a big shout. I know this is like in a lot of people's top 10s. So I feel like the comments are going to be flooded with hate, and I would like this to make it. Trust me, believe I would like it to make it, but there has to be a shock every year, and I think this is the most likely to be one from 2nd place in the running order.
Yeah, because I was surprised at the odds actually, because I thought, okay, I think it'll make it, but I don't think it's going to be up there.
And the song that I've predicted as the 10th...
Can I guess it?
In a minute. I would like to say I don't care for. I like it much less than the Armenian song, for sure. What do you think it is?
I think it's Greece.
It is Greece. For better or for worse, this is probably in like my bottom 5 of the year.
Yeah.
I can't get everything I want. I never do. Last year, probably one of my worst songs was Boys Don't Cry from Switzerland.
Yeah.
And for better or for worse, it made it.
It did.
I think again, Greece quite often make it.
They have
quite a good track record, which played into my brain. I just do think this makes it again. They're in the same semi-final as Cyprus. It's not like it's only 12 points. It's not everything, but those little things can make a difference.
They do.
Greece have enough. I mean, they have enough neighbours, I think, in this semi, and he has enough about him as a human that's votable for. So it's squeaky bum time when it comes to those 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. It's going to be tight, and I just think this is going to do it. So Greece is my 10th qualifier.
I will say that I was stuck between Greece and Victor and Bridges.
Oh, so I mean, it's there. It's on record now. I can't take it back. I've said it, and if you hate me for it, go off.
Pop off, Sis and Queen.
Pop off, Sis.
So let's discuss the 4 that we didn't discuss at all.
Yeah, of course.
So both of us didn't think that Romania would make it, and that is not a surprise.
Still maintain this is the worst song of the year. Unless they completely change it around, and I think there has been some kind of revamp for this, but they would have to quite literally turn this into a different song for me in order to make it. I just do not see a way, especially if they keep that sleazy staging.
That was giving Bugsy Malone in year 8. Like what? Okay, next was one that we sort of didn't think the same about when we went through it initially. This was Power from Iceland.
Iceland, yeah.
I said, really bad Becky Hill knockoff, Rebecca Mountain.
Yeah.
Which it was.
I mean, I only gave it a 5. I wasn't exactly raving about this song.
No, that's true.
It just does feel a bit amateur, I think. It just feels a bit sort of like they heard something on the radio and thought, oh, we'll give it a try.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
I just don't think it's strong enough. This could surprise.
No,
probably not.
I don't think so. And another one that I don't think will surprise is San Marino.
No.
Like an Animal.
I think this will finish last.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, which is, it's not my least favourite song, but it's nothing special, nothing to write home about.
No, I think San Marino, if you are seeing this, just bring Senate back every year.
Well, or Valentina Monetta, I'm sure. I'm sure she's ready. It's been a few years.
There's another couple of social medias that have come out since she did that, so she could do that.
Absolutely.
Social Media Song Volume 2.
Tinder, Hinge, Uber, Ball.
Yeah, what bit of like a Be Real? Be Real by Valentina Monetta 2024. Let's have it. And one that I'm still not sure about is Albina and the family Kalendi
from Albania. Yeah, this is still an odd song to listen to. I thought it would make more sense with more listens, but it isn't.
It's more jarring.
Yeah, I think this just doesn't have the appeal.
No,
it's just and I don't know how they're going to stage this. Are they going to have like a whole family on stage, or
is it going to be as jarring as the video was?
Well, I just don't know. I think this entry is a bit confused, unfortunately. I struggle to see how people watching it for the first time
identify with it.
Won't also be confused.
Yeah. So the 4 that we didn't agree on, there was 8 that we did, thought, yeah, absolutely. But then there's a grey area, which was nice to have.
Semi-2 is definitely more unpredictable.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's because there's a load of strong entries, it's because there's a lot that sit in that middle where...
The 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah.
And there's every chance that by the time I put this video up,
Change the mind.
rehearsals will have began.
Yeah.
Brunette will probably look like $1 million, and I'll be like, okay, she's making it.
You are absolutely right.
But yeah, how nice it is to disagree.
So, on that mindfuck,
Gagachandra.
let's just bring this to a close. But let us know in the comments, who do you think is going to make it? As we say, this is an unpredictable semi, so you might completely disagree with us, and we'd love to hear it. All opinions are welcome here. Give this video a like if you enjoyed what you saw, and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to see all of the Eurovision content that we've been putting out, all in the run-up to the final and everything that's happening next week. I'm out of breath, I'm exhausted from all of this Eurovision, but I cannot wait for us to enjoy it in Liverpool because we got tickets, baby!
I'm only watching semi-final 2.
And I'm seeing both semi-finals now in some form, so...
And then we'll be at Eurovillage on the Saturday.
Oh, yes we will!
If you see us,
Say hello.
imagine.
So yeah, on that note, it's been an amazing Eurovision season, and I hope you've enjoyed watching, but for now, we say goodbye.
That
That was really corny.